Welcome to Congaree National Park. Located near Columbia, South Carolina, this park preserves over 26,000 acres of floodplain forest and is home to the largest intact expanse of old-growth bottomland hardwood forest in the southeastern United States. The Hampton Visitor Center serves as the gateway to this remarkable wilderness, named after the conservationist whose efforts helped save these forests from logging in the 1970s. This facility offers interactive exhibits on the park's unique ecosystem, its rich biodiversity, and the cultural history of the area. From here, visitors can access the elevated Boardwalk trail that allows exploration of the floodplain even during periods of seasonal flooding. This Boardwalk trail is where we'll begin our exploration today. It's kind of wild. You can hear a lot of wildlife, but you can't necessarily see it. You gotta look around and try to figure out what it is you're hearing. There's stuff crawling around on the ground though. I guess I'm thankful that I'm on a boardwalk. As you come out from the visitor center, it's kind of a lollipop trail. So I'm on the stick right now, and this is where you make a decision whether you're going to go right or left. But we always go left, so we're going left. Currently, there are large sections of this boardwalk that are closed for repair. As I kind of walk through this, I'm sort of figuring out why. I think they're going to replace this section here too, but yeah, it's a little unstable in spots. I do always love it when you're at a national park and you can hear that. The only thing that'd make this better is if I could hear 18-wheelers on an interstate. While they're doing construction out here to replace sections of the boardwalk, it could be an out and back, but today it's not flooded, so there's a road that I can use, a little gravel road to cut through and be able to do it as a loop. By the way, I have now officially reached a spot where I can hear trucks, so that is a thing. Looks like we're coming up to the end of the boardwalk. Getting ready for our detour. Oh, looks like they're making good progress on the new one already though. So our path now is this little gravel road. I believe it's called the Sims Trail. Yes, this is the Sims Trail. So we'll use this to kind of cut off part of the path here. One thing this park is kind of famous for is being absolutely miserable. I think I got lucky. So I'm here in March of 2025, and today it's like 60 degrees. It's kind of overcast. The mosquito meter says it's all clear, and so far so good. I am wearing shorts and I do not have bug spray on, and I don't feel like I'm getting beat up at all, so I'm sure that's a whole different story come here in July. Now, there are a few different ways to access this park. This is probably the most popular. It's definitely the most accessible, just a boardwalk behind the visitor center, and depending on the time of year, it can be flooded out. Currently they're doing construction, so keep that in mind. Do your homework before you show up here. The other way to access the park is by water. So there are canoe and kayak tours you can do. I'm not going to do that on this visit. Initially I was going to come here tomorrow, but tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day, and so I'm here in late afternoon doing the walk. But yeah, anyway, so you can book those through, there's a couple of different concessions that are listed on the National Park Service website, and they can set you up with those, or you can just bring your own and put in, but I would probably get a guide, unless you know what you're doing and where you are and you're not worried about snakes and stuff, because I believe, could be wrong, but I believe from what I saw that on the rivers you kind of run into those, fairly common. So I haven't really run into anything here today. So far I've seen a couple of woodpeckers. I've heard the woodpeckers. I've seen some squirrels. I got those at home. But we'll keep looking, keep our eyes out. A lot of the stuff I saw online about this place is people giving it a real hard time, questioning whether it should be a national park and calling it the worst national park, all things like that. But I think I can give you a pretty good idea here. If you're looking for one of the Utah parks, one of the California parks, I think for any of the parks out west, you're definitely in the wrong place. But, you know, I'm from St. Louis. My park is the Arch. That is easily the worst park. Not because it's not fun, but because there's no reason it should be a park. Now, so far, this is not super interesting. This feels like a hike in a state park in Missouri. With a little bit different vegetation, but I'm gonna keep an open mind. We're less than halfway through. Well, we've come back to the boardwalk loop. This is where the other end is cut off. Let's see how things are looking down this side. Huh. Well, they're working down here too. Head back to the visitor center. This is kind of interesting. This boardwalk back here in this section is fairly low. So I'm going to guess that this is the portion of the boardwalk that floods out. Fortunately, it is not flooded currently. So we get to enjoy it. It's a nice walk. It's kind of interesting to see the number of downed trees that have clearly fallen over the boardwalk that they've had to cut and probably repair the boardwalk. Found some wildlife, squirrels. Here's an example of what I was talking about. So you see they cut that off. My guess is that this root ball back here, or this trunk, was probably laid over flat, and when they cut it, it fell back down upright. But there you go. Here's another one that's down, leading right into the boardwalk. It's chopped off on that side. Looks like we got pieces of it over here. And what I don't know is if this is all damage from the woodpeckers or what. That tree is really chewed up. I hope that's coming through. This section back here is actually pretty neat with all these little roots popping up from these trees. Just kind of wild. Yeah, I think going backwards on this trail is the right way to do it because you get all the good stuff at the end. Yeah, you can tell by looking at the boardwalk here, this part floods. Plenty of sediment stuff on here from previous floods. They do provide some nice benches though. You can sit down and relax. I don't know how much you can relax when it's war zone with the mosquitoes, but today you could. I don't know if you can see the line on the trees here. I don't know if this flooded recently or what, but it looks like this flood. I mean, this is my head height, so 6 feet off of the boardwalk, deep. I don't know when the last time it flooded out was though. I also don't know how quickly it drains when it does flood. I do remember seeing on the website a couple weeks ago they were expecting flooding, but I don't imagine that there was 6 feet of flooding through here that receded that quickly, if that was the case. Well, I believe we are coming up to the end of the boardwalk loop. Getting ready to join back up with where we cut off. Head back to the visitor center. On the way out, I could hear animals in the leaves underneath me, and I didn't know what they were, but now I can confidently say they're squirrels. Lots of squirrels here. Sure, there's other wildlife, but like legit, all I've seen today is squirrels. I like squirrels, but a lot of squirrels. So my verdict on this park is this. It's basically petrified forest. If you're in the area, it's a cool stop, but it's not a destination. At least not what I got to visit today. So, you know, there you go. One note I will make is do remember where you're parked, because I walked out to not my car. Also, when I said that there were vendors out here that would take you canoeing and kayaking and stuff, here you go. Carolina Outdoor Adventures is one. Well, we've got some time to kill, so let's go walk through one of these trails and see where this goes. This is a very different environment here. We're in a pine forest. Real pretty. Well, it says that the trail goes this way and that way, but I came from that way. So let's try this way and hope it's a loop. It's got to be a loop, right? I kind of thought I was going to head off in this direction through these trees. Sort of looks like there's a bluff over there, which is where I assumed I was headed. But this looks like we're maybe heading back toward the road, and I don't really feel like that's what I want to do. This, my friends, is why you get a map. So because I'm dumb and I didn't grab a map, and I have literally no idea where I'm heading to, we're going to turn around, we're going to head back. I used my brain a little bit, and I remembered that we're close enough to civilization. I probably have cell phone service, and good news, I do. So I loaded up the National Park Service app, and I pulled up the map on my phone. Thank goodness for being somewhat close to civilization. Unfortunately, it means I get to hear planes and trucks, but it also means that when I forget to download a map, or when I forget to grab a map or download a map, I could have downloaded the map ahead of time. It means that I can find out that information. So I was headed in the correct direction. I did go to the campground. It did not appear that it went to any kind of overlook or anything like that. If it does, and I missed it, let me know in the comments. This is an interesting place. I'm glad that I came. Let's put it that way. I'm not sad that I'm here. If I'm back in the area, I'd swing by, but I wouldn't make a trip out of my way to get here. But I'm glad that I did today. Anyway, thanks for coming along with us through the park, getting a look at what some consider to be the worst park in the National Park Service catalog. I don't agree with that. It's not the worst park. I haven't been to all of them, but I know of at least one that's a worse national park than this place. Anyway, thanks for coming along. We'll see you on the next one.